Hi, I'm Jim, and here together with my wife, Chris, we are Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And do you have questions about your Android phone or your iPad and all of these devices, and how do you learn about them?
Well, we are geeks who teach as we learn. And we think the best way to learn is a little bit at a time on a regular basis. So that's why we came up with this show. We record them live. So obviously, but then they are recorded on YouTube, and I go through them and write up detailed notes. So if you are a Geeks on Tour member, you get these written notes with timeline links. And we encourage you to get together with friends and go through them. Lifelong learning. You will find all of our content archived on our website, geeksontour.com.
Geeksontour.com. Look at that. And we even found
you shrunk us.
I gotta play. It's just too much fun.
New toys.
Okay, let's go on. So today's show, Google Photos, including pictures from your computer and your camera. So we got a lot of questions about this. Go ahead and ask your questions in the chats. And by Wednesday, this episode will be live, geeksontour.com/weekly class. So Chris, where are we now and where have we been?
We're home, but we were up in Perry, Georgia last week for the FMCA National Convention, our 26th one. Wow is right. We're getting old.
We've been doing this a long time. I'm starting to
feel a little old too. Now we're home for a few weeks.
But you look really good.
Aw. We're home for a few weeks. Our next thing is a road trek rally up in northern Florida, and then we're flying off to Las Vegas for a Western area, what's that? Escapees rally.
Right. Should be fun.
But we're home right now, so we're in our real studio, and he's got all his toys to play with.
And I'm always trying something new. I don't see any question. I just do see that we got our sound straightened out, and that happens to be something that should.
That was my fault.
Oh, good.
Go ahead and say
we can blame Chris.
Go ahead and say.
Oh. What'd you do now? All right, let's see. There we go. I guess we just can't let Chris take a week off.
Hey, off?
Off?
We weren't off. We had to be up at 7 o'clock in the morning in 29-degree weather. I'm still not recovered. Okay.
Go ahead.
Beginner's lesson. Google Photos. So we teach a lot of Google Photos, and we're usually teaching getting started with it. And the getting started with it is all about your phone. And when the next question is, well, if it's meant to store my lifetime of photos, how do I get my photos from the computer up to it? Or pictures that I've taken with a camera that isn't a smartphone. They do still exist. So that's our lesson for today. So I want you to think about it a minute. So if Google Photos is intended to store your lifetime of photos, where are those photos? Let's say that you have 250 photos on your phone, 5,000 on your computer, 5,000 on external hard drives or USB drives, and then you have 250 on another camera card, on a camera. So the goal is to have all your photos online in your Google Photos account. That would be 10,500 photos. Or in my case, 70,000.
Maybe more.
I have 70,000, but I just don't know how I would manage these days without Google Photos, because I know that all my photos are there. I still also have photos on computers and cameras and hard drives and even old CDs and DVDs, but I know that All of my photos are on Google Photos. Or when I run across an old hard drive, say, ooh, I'll bet there's some photos in here. I want to get them up to my Google Photos so that they are part of my entire library.
That just happened to me the other day. I found a little thumb drive, one of those that is supposed to go into a Samsung phone. And
special.
Yeah, one of those special ones, and it had a bunch of other pictures on it. So up they went.
Up to Google Photos.
Cool.
When you start uploading pictures from your computer to Google Photos, one of the things that everybody wants to know is what happens to my folders. On your computer, you have to have pictures in folders. Some people have a good organization of folders, and some people have a total rat's nest. The people who have a really good organization of folders are disturbed by this piece of information. Google Photos grabs all the pictures out of the folders, but it does not maintain the folder structure. So this little image is taken directly from my book, Mrs. Geeks Guide to Google Photos. Google Photos can gather your pictures from all your devices, and then it just puts them in one giant stream in order by date taken. No folders. You can make albums. That's
how you organize.
That's a different thing is with album, but there are no folders. So 2 ways to upload photos to Google Photos in the cloud, also known as backup. That's the word that Google uses. They use the word backup. I like the word upload because backup means something else to us old farts anyway.
That's right. It needs to be there in 2 places, not just...
But also, if you started with computers back when we did, backup was used to restore.
Right.
So if you have all your pictures on your computer and you back them up to Google Photos, some of us would think that means if your computer got destroyed, you could use your Google Photos to restore. No. So anyway, all we're talking about is uploading, getting a copy of all the photos on your computer into your Google Photos account online in the cloud. And there are 2 ways, manual and automatic. I like that. So either you have to work at it a little bit or you just use the automatic tools. Now in the manual, we're going to start with the manual method because it's a little easier to explain and you use it for smaller sets of photos. So there's 2 ways to do manual. You can drag and drop, or you can click the upload button in your computer browsers on Google Photos. There are pluses and minuses. If you use the drag and drop, you can drag a whole folder that includes subfolders, and all of those pictures will get uploaded. You can also drag directly into an album if the album already exists. The problems with it, though, I have not been successful using drag and drop when there are more than 100 pictures involved. It just seems to choke. So not such a great option. And there's no option to add to create an album after you've at the end of uploading them. So if you use the upload method, then the negative is you have to select the individual photos. You can't just select a whole folder, but you can do a Control A. I mean, so that's not too bad. The plus is it prompts you to add to an album, to create an album after it is uploaded. I'm going to do it then. So I'm going to demo uploading from a camera card and a thumb drive, and then I'm going to do an external hard drive with the automatic method, actually. So I need to go to Google Photos. First thing I want you to notice in Google Photos here is I'm using our imaginary friend Alan's account. So I am logged in on my computer's browser to Alan's account because I don't want to mess mine up too much. Now, what I'm going to do first is a camera. So I took this little camera. It still works.
It's a good camera.
I like my phone better, but you might still have a camera. You might have one of the new ones that takes really good pictures. I've been reading about them lately. So I just take the card out, and my computer has a camera card slot. I stick it in. And now this is something you have to be aware of when most computers, especially Windows 10, which is what this one is, will pop up and offer to copy all these pictures to your computer. I don't want them on my computer. These were just some snapshots outside, some pretty flowers. I don't even know if they're any good. My methodology now is I dump all my photos in Google Photos account in the cloud, and only the best ones do I download to my computer. So I don't want to do this at all. I do not want to copy these to my computer. I am just clicking the X to say, nope, thank you very much, but no thank you. And from Google Photos website, photos.google.com, logged into the user that you want to upload, I'm just going to click upload. But first I have to show you what size will these be uploaded at. 3-line menu and settings. And right there, I make sure that it is going to be uploaded on the web only in high quality. So high quality means it'll be unlimited. I click upload. And because I was practicing this, it already went to the EOS, but if you didn't, I would go to this PC, and in this PC, you would see EOS. That's digital. That I know is this camera card. Double click. DCIM is the folder that holds all your digital camera images. And I've used this card in multiple cameras, but I'm looking for the pictures that were taken with the Nikon. Okay, and there they are. Now, if I want to see them, this is Windows. I could choose medium icons, and I say, yep, those are the pictures I'm talking about. I need to select them. The easy way to select all in this folder is Control A, and that would be, I guess you have to select one first. Control A selects them all, and when I click open, they will start uploading. So they are uploading directly from that camera card to the Google Photos library online.
And they're not going to your computer's hard drive, right?
They are not going to my computer's hard drive at all.
So you don't have to copy them there first.
No. Now you can if you want.
Sure.
It just depends on your system. My system now is I put everything in the cloud. I do not waste my hard drive space. The cloud space is unlimited.
What you got?
Okay, it said can't upload. Oh, Let me just try that one more time.
How many you got
Open,
there?
just 10.
Okay.
Uploading to photo library.
All right. It says it already has 4.
4 of 10.
Maybe our bandwidth is being challenged here.
Well,
or was there a big file in there too?
Could be. I think there was one little video. So this is photos and videos. And yes, it can take some while. Take a while. I made sure. There, that looks like it's going. I made sure to have a small number of photos in hopes that it would work okay while we are on this live stream.
Okay, it's still going. I can tell.
All right, 6 of 10, 7 of 10.
I think it was that video that was slowing you down.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. But what I'm really hoping for you to see is at the end, when it has uploaded all 10, it will say, do you want to put them into a album? And you have the option right then of creating an album and putting these all in there.
And that makes it really simple when you're doing this in real time, just to be able to create an album. And then I guess you could delete ones that you don't want in that album, or just remove them from the album.
Sure. Either one. Well, yes, it does seem to be holding still on number 8 of 10. So let me go on and hope that does finish. My next example is, let's say that Jim had some photos of the FMCA rally that we went to, and he gave them to me on a thumb drive. Or another friend at FMCA decided to give me some photos just on a thumb drive rather than sending them online.
And you picked a nice green one.
Didn't I? Yeah.
You can see right through
You
it.
can see right through it.
It's one of those transparent drives.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
so all I do is plug the thumb drive into the computer. And this time I'm going to show you what I mean by drag and drop.
Uh-oh.
And it doesn't like this either. I'll do the scan and fix. That usually doesn't take long. And once again, my computer, this time my backup and sync app is offering to back up my photos, and I don't want that. So I will just say not now. And I will explain backup and sync. That's the third way. So here are the FMCA photos that I'm referring to. There is one little movie and then some JPEGs. So how do you drag and drop? You need to have the photos that you want uploaded on one window and your Google Photos web page on another. And that's still not going. Come on. So how do I do that? I want this window, my Google Photos windows, on the right side of my screen. With Windows 10, I can hold down the Windows button, the Windows icon button, and the right arrow. And that window goes over to the right. And now it's offering to put my file folder window on the left. And I guess I'm going to have to stop the other upload because it's just not happy. It says can't upload 6 items. Okay. So that means it did upload 4. Let me just show you the message that happens then. I continue and it says I can add to an album. And I can make a new album. And this is around home. And check. And I can try that again, by the way. Whenever something chokes, you can just try uploading them all again, and it will not upload the same one a second time. It will not. Now that I have tested several times. If it's the exact same photo, Google Photos will not upload it again, even though it might look like that's what it's doing. All right, so now back to the drag and drop method. I have my Google Photos library open on one side in a browser. I have my file folders on the other. I can just drag the whole folder over and it says drop files anywhere to upload. I let go. And it's preparing photos. and uploading to Photo Library. And is this one going faster? 7 and 8. Woohoo!
Now, what's it going to say?
Okay, is it stuck on 8? No, there we go. You do need a good internet connection for this. Now, we have a good internet connection, but we are using it for a lot of stuff when we're doing this live streaming. And the blue line has filled out.
So that means it's almost done.
We should be getting a message. And let me go back to putting that window full screen because I don't need the file window anymore. And it's still taking a little while to finish. So let's go on. You know, as soon as I do that, it'll pop up and it'll be done.
That's usually what happens.
Or you can just trust me that when it is done,
trust her.
And this usually works really nice. It's because of all the stuff we're doing here. It will ask me to create an album, just like it did when I did it using the upload button. So those were the two manual methods. You can go to Google Photos and click upload. I call that the pull method. You're going to the destination, you're reaching out for the photos you want and pulling them up. Or you can use the drag and drop method. I call that the push. You're looking at the photos you want to upload and you drag them over. The third way is the automatic way. And that is using something called Backup and Sync. Backup and Sync is an app that you get from Google Photos. You go to Google Photos, click the 3-line menu in the upper left, and you will see App Downloads at the bottom of the menu. And you install the Backup and Sync app to your PC or Mac. Now, this is not a piece of software that you have to have. It's only if you want to automatically copy photos from your computer to Google Photos. And we have more info. We covered this a little bit in episode 125, 132, and we do have a member video 500 on it, and I will do more as well. So what is Backup and Sync? It replaces what was known as the desktop uploader. It was just called Google Photos Backup, and I called it the desktop uploader for either Windows or Mac. What Backup and Sync does is everything that the desktop uploader did, plus everything that Google Drive syncs on your computer. I think it's an awful lot. There's a lot to understand, but all I am here for is to show you how to upload your folders from your computer automatically using the Google Photos backup. I mean, the Backup and Sync from Google. And I'm going to go ahead and do this and then come back to the slides because I will expect it to take a while. So using Backup and Sync, first of all, let me show you where you get it. In Google Photos, 3-line menu, app downloads, and there it is. You just download it. I already have, and it is this little cloud icon in the lower right-hand corner. On a Mac, it looks like the same icon, but it's in the upper right-hand corner. One of these days, I want to write an article about Macs are just upside down PCs. Because so often I'm saying that on a Mac, it'll be on the top, or on the Mac, it'll be on the bottom, just opposite.
Well, it probably has something to do with patents. What do you think?
I don't know. But here is the backup and sync. It is installed, it is running. And if you click on the three dots and preferences, you will see all the settings there are. When you first install this and you just accept the defaults, all three of these will be checked. I'm going to have to go back and stop that upload. Upload item. Uploaded. And so it did upload 7. It probably choked on the
video was almost
yeah.
6 gigs.
Okay. So the title of this album is FMCA. And check mark. Okay. So now we are done with that upload. I can continue on with showing you the backup and sync. I say do not have desktop and documents checked. At least if you're anything like me, I put all my pictures in the pictures folder. If there are pictures in documents or desktop, they were there for another reason. They're not my memories. So my recommendation is to uncheck desktop and documents. And it depends where you're at with your pictures. I have already uploaded all my pictures, so I just have a couple little folders. And my example now is I have found some pictures on this external hard drive that I want uploaded. And there's a few more than would be comfortable to upload manually, so I'm going to use the backup and sync to do it. I got to plug this in. And now what I do, so here is the Seagate hard drive, and you can see everything that's on it. I have a lot of things in pictures. You might have something like this on your C drive, and you would want to tell backup and sync to get all of them. You know how that would go if I tried it right now. So all I want to get is this one called 2015 Cuba, and I just want you to see what's inside it. Inside it, I have several other folders, and there are some photos and a couple little videos in each. But I am going to use the backup and sync software to get it. So here I am back at the backup and sync preferences, and I'm going to choose folder. And this is just using Windows Explorer. And if you're on a Mac, you would be using your Finder here. And I go to the Seagate. I go to Pictures. And I go to Cuba and select folder. So see what it's done? It's added that one folder to, and there's 381 megabytes, and I'm sure we won't be able to complete.
Oh, come on. Give it a shot.
Hey, who knows? Who knows? A couple other settings to be aware of, though. You have to make sure that this checkbox for upload newly added photos and videos to Google Photos is checked. You might ask, as I did the first time, well, what do you mean? Isn't that the entire purpose of this software? Why do I have to check a box saying upload newly added photos? Because that is not the entire purpose of this app. This app is a Google Drive app. Google Photos is secondary. So you need to make sure that that checkbox is checked. The other thing, removing items, you have an option to say, don't remove items everywhere, and ask me before removing items. So the other big difference between backup and sync and the old desktop uploader is the sync part. The old desktop uploader only copied pictures from your computer up to the cloud, and then there was no more connection. With this one, it depends on what you've set. So I say, don't remove items everywhere. And I click OK. And there. Now we should see, if you look in the lower right-hand corner here, that cloud now has arrows that are circling. And if I click it, it will tell me what is going on. So it's restarting sync engine. Okay. You will see when pictures are uploading. And that message was saying, do you always want me to upload from this drive? So it's saying syncing 2 of 161. It's even showing you the exact pictures that are uploading. Okay, while that's going on, and that can be going on all the time. The first time I ever used the uploader, it took about a week for all of my backlog of photos, everything on my computer, everything on my external hard drives. It took about a week. But then once it was done, I don't use the backup and sync anymore.
Not the tool, the program.
The program, right. Yeah.
You do it manually.
I do it manually.
I do too.
Most all of my pictures are on my phone, so that goes automatically anyway. Mm-hmm. If there are a few that I find on an external hard drive that I want uploaded, I'll do that manually. So
and it'll create an album when you do it.
The backup and sync is required, in my opinion, if you have thousands of pictures that need to be uploaded. There's too much work to do that manually. But in my opinion, after you've gotten your lifetime of photos, you don't need the automatic one anymore. So here are just a couple of slides about backup and sync. When you first install it, this is what it looks like. When you first install it from Google Photos, it assumes that you are uploading to Google Photos, so that little box is checked. Make sure to check the high quality, make sure that the account is right. That was on a previous screen. And I say to uncheck desktop and documents. After it's installed and you open it up and go into preferences, you'll see lots more options. And here is what I just already demonstrated. I used choose folder to get a specific folder. Now, if you are trying to back up your backlog, your existing gigabytes of pictures, then you do need to check the pictures there. Make sure it's set to high quality. Make sure to set remove items however you want. I don't think it should be removed automatically, and make sure that's checked. Now, on the Mac, there's even another little issue. And that is most of your pictures are probably inside a photos library or an iPhoto library. And they may have fixed it by now, but there have been several reports about issues with uploading your iPhotos library or your photos library. Therefore, I recommend the manual method. And I do have a member video on that. So what are the pros and cons generally? Oh, it's really slowing. Of automatic versus manual method. Automatic is best, it's actually essential to me, if you have many folders, thousands of photos. But be careful. You need to understand where your pictures are and what folders are appropriate. If you have folders of resized photos on your desktop and you include those along with the full-size ones in your pictures folder, you're going to get duplicates. Those are two different photos for Google. If you do it manually, you have more control. The automatic is a Google Drive utility. Backup and sync is a Google Drive utility. It will sync with your computer. So that way you do get your photos, just kind of like Dropbox works. You know, Google Drive is akin to Dropbox in that it will synchronize the folders on your computer with folders in your Google Drive under the My Computer. If you upload manually, it does not sync with your computer. That's just a raw copy. In automatic, you have absolutely no control over making albums. You upload your folders and the folders disappear. Your photos are what's left. In the manual methods, you can add what you've just uploaded to albums. Now, you think there's a lot to know?
More than you can teach.
Especially if you wanted to get into the Google Drive area. So I want to make sure you understand that there is a help center with Google Photos. It's under support.google.com/photos. And there's a whole section on backup photos and videos. There's also a support.google.com/drive that has lots of information in it too. And it's, now let's see, did our photos get uploaded? It's still working at it. 58 of 161. I didn't. Okay. Well, so it's still working on it, but let me show you why did we do this? We did this so that we can see all those pictures on our phone. So this phone is one that I've dedicated to Alan. So let's see. If I go to Google Photos, on Alan's phone.
That's not full screen.
I see those flowers that I took with that camera. I also see some FMCA pictures. Yay. Now, I might not see the Cuba photos there, but I'll bet they're there. Why would I not see them at the top of the screen? Because these are photos that were taken today. Pictures go into position according to their date. So how about I search for December 2015, which is when we went to Cuba. And these are the ones that were being uploaded by the backup and sync. Okay. It's spinning and it's spinning. And where she stops, nobody knows. All right. Unable to connect. Okay, that's our. So here is Alan's iPad. And I searched for December 2015, and they're not all there, but I guarantee this photo was one that video, it's doing the videos first, is one that we took in Cuba. So that's the point here, is to be able to access all of your photos from all of your devices. Okay, I think I'm done.
You think
just
you're
a
done.
little late.
Well, it was a nice try.
I will do some videos. See, now that just in case, our shows are live and there are things that just don't work in a live situation.
And we're using all of this bandwidth.
And our tutorial videos.
We're trying to use bandwidth.
Our tutorial videos on our member website are recorded without being live. So I make sure things work there.
Okay, there was one question, or at least a statement, is how to get users to understand that pictures are files and not part of the programs used to view them.
Good luck.
Man, if we knew the answer to that one, we'd be in a lot better situation. But it's interesting to see.
The one, I mean, you have to come up with an analogy, and if you came up with a good one, I would love to hear it. I think the one that I have used is for people who remember microfiche,
Right?
or overhead projectors. You can say that you might have a slide or a transparency. You can see that slide looking at it under the microfiche or under the overhead projector. It's the same slide. Or actually, physical slides would do it. You can put slides into those little viewers. You can put the same slide into a projector with the, what do they call those wheels? The carousel projectors, but it's the same slide. So you have Google Photos is like the carousel projector. Apple Photos is like the handheld viewer or something like that. But your pictures are all the slides. They are separate entities. I don't know. That's my attempt.
I like it. We'll go with it. Go to slideshow. All right. Well, we do invite you to become a member. You can do that at our website, geeksontour.com. Just click on the link that says become a member.
Oh, wait. There's one other thing I have to show because it's in the review questions. I can't ask them a review question if I haven't taught it.
Oh, okay.
So,
sure. We got nothing better to do.
Yeah. In your Google Photos, I don't see the Cuba pictures, and I'm pretty sure they're here. Let's make sure. December 2015, looking on the computer browser. And it is coming up with some. But what if I did not know? I did not know what date those photos were taken. I want to see what was just uploaded. So Google Photos shows you photos in date taken order. These photos were taken this morning, so they're up at the top. But if you click on the search bar, then click Show More, you can see Recently Added, and that shows you all your pictures in date uploaded order. Aha, there are the Cuba pictures.
That's a great tip right there.
So I know that they did make it. Why they're not showing up in December, I'm not sure. But so Recently Added is how you see them in date uploaded order rather than date taken. Okay.
It's okay. All right. Subscribe to us on YouTube. That way you'll get warned ahead of time to be somewhere else. Yeah, and like us on Facebook. We need some more likes.
It's good to be liked.
Yes, it is. So real quick, our app of the week. This is something that came across my listing, and it's called Google Arts and Culture. And one of the things that this app does, it's available both on the Apple and the Android, is it will allow you to take a selfie and compare it to its art and find someone who looks sort of like that picture. And people are just really upset because their picture didn't look like the picture that they wanted. And this app is just so much more than that. It's just there are museums, world famous museums. There are stories in there. You can see thousands of photos, videos, manuscripts. All that stuff is on there, and even some virtual reality stuff. You can create your own collections. If you're in a city, if you're in a city that you might not know a lot about, it'll find a museum for you wherever you happen to be. It's really, really cool stuff. So that's screenshots from the Apple. And this is a screenshot. So like if you're curious about Van Gogh's Starry Night and you can really zoom in on it, you can see they have discussions like on the different art, modern art, contemporary art, and you can just visit these museums. It really is an amazing app. Check it out. It's Google Arts and Culture. It's a lot of fun, and if you like it, leave a comment in there. And if you don't like the picture that it chooses for you, I wasn't real happy with the one it chose for me, although it did kind of look like me.
I didn't like mine at all.
It turned her into a man.
It was an old, ugly man. Yeah.
So
yeah, I didn't use the app again.
Anyway, go ahead. Oh boy, we're almost there. Did you learn something? Let's get to the questions. All right, true or false? If you have photos on a camera card, you must copy them to your computer before uploading to Google Photos.
False.
False.
You can upload directly from the camera card to Google Photos.
Or a thumb drive or an external
You do need a
hard
computer to put it into.
Yeah, some device.
To plug it in, just to access it.
Okay. To upload lots of pictures in many folders, you need the utility called Backup and Sync. And where do you get that, Chris?
From the Google Photos website, photos.google.com. Click the three-dot menu. It's at the bottom.
Okay. True or false? Once you start using Backup and Sync, you must use it for all your uploading needs.
False.
That's false.
My recommendation, unless you're into Google Drive and want synchronizing with your computer, my recommendation is use Backup and Sync for your initial upload of all your photos, and then remove it.
And do it
Return it
manually.
off.
Okay. When you upload photos from your computer, Google Photos ignores the folders and displays all photos in order by what?
Date taken.
Okay. And to view your Google Photos in order by date uploaded, find the recently added option. Where is that, Chris?
They kind of hide it.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
it
under the
seems like-
three-line menu.
No,
No?
it's under the search. You have to click as if you're going to search and then look down the menu, and then you even have to click more before you see recently added. And that's only on a computer.
But it is there
It is there,
if you know how to look
but
for it.
not on a phone. It's not. It's only on the computer. You click on the search field.
Okay. All right. Where are we?
It's the last one.
Oh, what website is the official help center for Google Photos?
Support.google.com and then /photos. /drive will get you to the help center for Google Drive. /maps will get you to the help center for maps.
Cool. So, Chris, what's the website that lists all of our weekly shows?
Geeksontour.com, and the menu option is weekly class.
All right. And what's the website that has all of our recent newsletters?
Geeksontour.com, menu item is blogs and news.
Very cool. All right. And the benefits you get by joining Geeks on Tour.
Our complete learning library of prepared videos and guides. You get to ask us any question on the member Q&A forum and the show notes for these shows.
Very cool.
I didn't update that.
Well, we won't show it. Well, that's it for there. Let's see.
Luverne's going to the Galapagos.
Wow.
Oh, you better share a Google Photos album so we can follow along with you.
That's right.
Yes.
You can do that. Well, that's it for this week. We hope you learned something. I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour. We hope to see you next time.
Keep pushing those buttons.
Don't push that button.
Yeah, what does this button do?
Push that button. Let's see. That's good enough.